arguments that climate change doesn't exist is that there are natural fluctuations of the level of CO2 in the atmosphere, and that there are ice ages and there are warmer periods. There are different levels of CO2. I mean, things change. And while that is true, it's not the whole story. So, scientists analyzed something called ice cores, which are basically just chunks of ice that are dug up from Antarctica. And that depending on how deep they are, that's how old they are. There are ice cores dating up to 800,000 years old. In the ice cores, there are little bubbles of air, and scientists can analyze the levels of CO2 in that air. And so you get this graph of how much CO2 there is in the atmosphere at a certain time. That you can really see, yes, there are fluctuations. Sometimes there's a lot of carbon in the atmosphere, sometimes there's not. But if you look, since the start of the Industrial Revolution, when we started burning fossil fuels, the amount of carbon in the atmosphere has skyrocketed. Before the Industrial Revolution, the amount of carbon in our atmosphere never got above 300 parts per million. Today, we're at 414 parts per million. Let that sink in. Never before had we broken 300 parts per million. In 1950, we finally did. And in only 70 years, we've gotten 114 more parts per million in the atmosphere. These are cold, hard facts that climate change exists.